the eagerly awaited clash of the men's lightweight doubles in the semi-final stage, but I guess we hadn't anticipated that New Zealand, the world champions, will be meeting these men, the Olympic champions, at this stage. But that's the vagaries of how the draws work out after the heats. So it is New Zealand. Here they are, Peter Taylor and Storm Uru in the bow seat, Storm, and right next to them it's a shoulder-to-shoulder race between themselves, Zach Purchase and Mark Hunter. But just to point out, this is the semi-final, first three through to the final.
Britain, Norway, Greece, attention.
Well, David, it's going to be really interesting to see what these crews use as their tactics. Are New Zealand going to want to show their cards and go out to win, or is the GB crew going to want to go out and win, stamp their mark on it, get that psychological advantage? And look at the Great Britain crew go. They've really punched right out from the start. Their rating's high. They're rowing very strongly into this wind, and they've got a canvas on New Zealand at the moment.
Yeah, Mark Hunter and Zach Purchase reunited after a season away and a season of illness as well. And these two, well, they showed in the Munich World Cup that they would be coming or could be coming back to their very best, but things didn't go to plan in Lucerne, where these boys, Storm Uru and Peter Taylor, very much got the better of them. And so this is one of the great anticipated clashes, and the way it looks at the moment and the way we think it is, this is only the first of two fights that we're going to see before the week is out.
That's right. As we looking into this first 500 metre, we can see that headwind blowing onto the starting pontoons, and there is quite a chop that these rowers have to contend with. If you were Germany, Portugal, Norway or Greece and saw this draw, your heart will have dropped when you see that you are up against New Zealand and Great Britain, who are probably going to be taking one of the first spots, and it is going to be the race between New Zealand and Great Britain, and then the race between the rest to take that third spot.
Yeah, and we talked about the talent of New Zealand and Great Britain, but no disrespect to the others. There's some great lightweight scullers here on the near side, just about in third place there. Would it be, Greece, that's Magdanis and Consola, so this year's under-23 champions, and they're vying with Linus Lindschlag and Lars Hartig, the European champions from Germany, and they're right on the other side in lane one. So that's another sort of nightmare if you're fighting for third place, to have the whole regatta course between you.
Absolutely, and you see Great Britain and New Zealand have jumped out to a bit of a lead, but it is going to be so if it's going to be a fight between Germany and Greece. They're on either side of the course and they can't really see each other, which is a horrible position to be in as a rower.
And here are the Greeks, the under-23 champions, as I just mentioned, and both of them youngsters there. Therios Konsolas in the stroke seat there, just 21 years of age, and his partner Panagiotis Magdanis, 19, and they are real prospects for the future. And he just saw there Eleftherios just having a look across to see exactly what's happening in the other part of the race there, and Germany and Greece very much together there, but Great Britain still commanding New Zealand. So this is the psychology. Are Peter Taylor and Storm Uru not bothered?
Well, I really don't know what they're going to be wanting to do. I mean, when it comes down to it, all they need to do is to get into the top three, and it doesn't matter one jot whether they come first. But mentally, who knows whether they're going to want the GB crew to get the better of them, or look, I don't know. Now, so one thing you did say, David, the sprint of the Greeks. The Greeks have a really good sprint, so that will be something that the New Zealanders will have to watch out for.
And also on the far side you can see there Germany, and just trailing Germany there, but not by much there, Pedro Fraga and Nuno Mendes, two who really fly the flag for Portugal. They got a European silver medal this year. That's been the highlight of their campaign, but this is very tough company for them.
Yeah, the Great Britain crew have really moved out. They've got almost a length of clear water on the New Zealanders, and I don't think that the Kiwis would want them to be out in front by quite that much. The GB crew look very strong. They're well together, which I've always think that they are. They are beautiful scullers, incredibly together, beautiful technique. There they are. not letting this headwind get the better of them, slight jobble on the water, not bothering them at all.
The body angles, absolutely perfect symmetry there.
They are. I think that they are one of the. I personally think that they're one of the best crews to watch in this whole regatta.
Well, they're way ahead of New Zealand, but this, of course, is the semi-final, and the objective of the exercise is to get through to the final. And you can see New Zealand, they can look right to the Germans, they can look left to the Greeks, and now raising a bit of a sprint here. This is Pedro Fraga and Nuno Mendes, who've decided that they want to have a crack at the third place.
Wow, fantastic push for them in this third 500. They've gone straight past Germany, really quickly gone straight past Germany, and look at some determination on their faces. They really want it.
They're that much more, they're 4 or 5 years older than the Germans, that much more, race hardened and much more gritty. Coming to the last quarter there, Great Britain, well, they're out on their own, but equally Storm Uru and Peter Taylor look pretty comfortable in second place. The rate is very steady, and now the race is really on the Greeks having a look. They've got first march over the Portuguese, and it looks to me as if Lars Hartig and Linus Lislard don't have much to offer.
No, well, two obviously very gritty crews there, the Greeks and the Portuguese. Gosh, anything could happen coming into the last 500 sprint between these two crews.
Well, this will be some achievement if the Portuguese can get themselves into this final. They are in a rich patch of form at the moment, but the Greeks just having a little look along. The Panagiotis in the bow there just has a little look across the Portuguese, and he may well have a look, because look at this, a sustained burst here in this third quarter.
Well, have they gone too early though? The Greeks, are they just sitting back waiting to make their charge? And because when they do, we know that they really go for it. The Portuguese possibly have gone too early. If they can hold them, it's going to be an incredible run.
250 metres to go. They started that burst in the third quarter. They've sustained it all the way through, which is a fantastic effort from them. And at the moment, they've got third place there. The Germans trying to raise again, but that's a forlorn effort there. And the Greeks here, Magdanis and Consolis, they probably can't believe what's happening to them. And the Portuguese still have that third place within their grasp. And you can just see the Greeks there, they're just gasping in the air.
They just didn't seem to have anything to give. We were talking about a fast sprint, and there wasn't one.
Coming towards the finish now, and the British crossing the line in first place to take their semi-final, their final place, I should say, ahead of the New Zealanders. And you can see that sprint has brought the Portuguese right up onto the New Zealanders. But hey, what a great effort they've done for Portugal, what the New Zealand women did just a few moments ago in their lightweight double scull.
That's right, and that's what we see in these brutal few days of repechage and semi-final racing. People will sell their soul for that A-final spot. It means everything. It's the only way you can get medals.
But that is absolutely, well, I was going to say world class. They're Olympic champions. That's fantastic, and I suppose psychologically they're going to take more than maybe the Kiwis out of this race. But don't write the Kiwis off. Their race plan may be very different when we come to the final.
That's right. Hard to know what their coaches told them. As we look at the start, the Great Britain crew came out really fast, rating very high, strong, and they pushed right from the beginning, and through the middle of the race they pushed out to clear water, easily pushed out to clear water, and their rhythm was beautiful. The Kiwi crew were well back, but doesn't look like they were expending themselves, and as we crossed the line, the GB did it easily, then New Zealand, and the Portuguese with that amazing sprint to pass through the Greek crew took the third spot.
Indeed. Well, fascinating what Darren Witter said to the British. Fascinating to know what Callum Ferguson said to the Kiwis before the race was off. But the fact is that Great Britain, New Zealand and Portugal have booked their place in the final, and we're just about to find out who they'll face in the second semi-final of the men's lightweight double sculls.